rolling with my homies. Hey, what up? Welcome back to the playground. Welcome if you are new here. It is me, Angey Lee. And today I want to talk about a couple of things. First thing, I was scolded this morning. I was scolded. And I will tell you something, Red. Nobody scolds me like that and gets away with it, besides my mother. Except for apparently now you. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And I do hear what you're saying. But if it was not for the trolls, I would not have the amount of respect that I have for you as I do if it was not for your trolls. So there is that. In a good mood, a really good mood today. Today's been an amazing day. I woke up with good mood, in a good mood with good news. So that account being terminated, so that was, that was a win for those of us that are under attack by said person. And that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't be going to the extreme that I'm going to if it wasn't for the amount of attacks and the amount of people involved in the attacks, and it's not me causing it. I have been feeling a little bit left out, so I'm just trying to help stop it. And there's a bunch of us that have gotten together that are trying to hang out with my friends. So that's the reason why I keep addressing when they're having drinks, because I don't drink anymore. I don't drink alcohol for any of you who are curious about that. I decided to pick myself up a couple of THC back to beverages and for the weekend. So
waking
I don't
up
have to feel so left out.
Sunrise like
everybody's
this
drinking, and I can have a drink now too.
Stunning.
But I don't drink alcohol.
Really
I've been
helps
completely
start the
alcohol-free
day
for 7 years. I enjoyed it way too much.
And one of the
don't
things that have been, actually two of the things that have been really helping me, especially the last couple of days, waking up in a good mood, is I fall asleep listening to music that makes me laugh my ass off, and a voice that I find very soothing. And the last couple of nights, one of the last people that I talked to has one hell of a sexy voice. So, that helps me be in a good mood. Another thing that happened today is I was feeling extra good and extra pretty, and noticing some stuff, fitting better and things like that. I got on the scale again today. And so, it's my way in. I'm really, really excited about that weigh-in. I've been focusing more on getting stronger and my weight and losing weight and things like that. I am on, many of you already know, I am on medical disability. And it's not the same type of I don't know what you guys have there, but here we have what's called AISH, which is Assured Income for the Severely Handicapped or something like that, which is what you get on when you're on more permanent disability. And the only time I was on a semi-permanent disability was for the year and a half right after my accident, and now it's back to where I'm being evaluated every 4 months that I get evaluated, but my physical and mental health gets evaluated. So I've been working on big time, working on strength, getting stronger, and in
getting, you know, proper shoes from the podiatrist and the shoe inserts and everything, like the, what do you call those, orthotics, whatever, the special shoes, getting those, and in using the walker, and basically retraining myself to walk. I used to walk, like my knees used to, like, they used to go out, like my feet used to go out at the knees, and that caused a lot of problems and a lot of damage and a lot of pain, and that doesn't happen anymore. So I know I'm improving big time, and I'm pretty much off of the walker, and the only time that I use it is if I'm going for like really long walks, because if I walk for like a really long time, like an hour or so, I start getting a lot of pain. So if I have something to just kind of shift my weight to a little bit more, I'll have less pain, which is one of the reasons why I'm focusing more on weight loss now that my, you know, my mental health is under control, my physical health is getting more under control. There's also some autoimmune diseases that are in there as well that don't show on camera when I'm filming, because of course I don't film when I'm in my worst states. And those are things that cause, you know, a lot of stomach issues, and they cause a lot of migraines, and they cause, you know, like a lot of other issues, and it's things that I'm working on. And medication doesn't always help things. So it is getting better since I've discovered that these are what my issues are, because when it comes to autoimmune diseases, it takes a long time to diagnose those things. And one of them that I've had since I was a child was actually just very recently diagnosed through the camera thing, the scope thing they put down your throat. Like, it's, yeah, brought me back to the days of drugs when your all like face is all numb. It was weird. Anyway, so yeah, like there's been a lot of major improvements in my health over the last few months, and it's great. It's going amazing. However, with what's going on in the world right now, you know, everybody getting sick, I have autoimmune diseases that I have to be very careful. I catch absolutely everything that I come into contact with. So even before all this started, I was the girl who walked around with sanitizer wipes and hand sanitizer all the time. Like I had it all the time. You know, like it was something that I always had, because I had to be careful. I was always catching everything. And when I got it hard, because that's what autoimmune diseases are. So with everything going on in the world, I'm not even thinking about work right now. My doctor doesn't want me working right now, and I get that. I don't want to work right now either. Like, it's, you know, you only go out if you absolutely have to. And there's a lot of people that got laid off. So why would they put somebody who's, you know, been on medical leave for years to work? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's something that, you know, because I'm not working and I am getting healthier, I am doing other things to occupy my time, you know, like I'm, you know, getting on YouTube, getting creative with videos, and I'm, you know, I do a lot of exercising. I don't know, you know, obviously I don't show a lot of that, and maybe I should show some more of the exercising stuff that I do. I go for a lot of walks, and I do show the pictures and stuff of the walks, but, you know, you can only show the same pictures over and over again. As it's getting darker out earlier, I want to get down to the river valley and take some nighttime pictures, because I think that'd be really pretty. And then the bridge is all lit up at night. And then in the daytime, after it starts snowing, because we still don't have any snow on the ground, after it starts snowing, I want to get, like, where the snow actually sticks to the ground, I want to get down there and take some beautiful, like, winter scenery pictures. And, like, it's a 40-minute walk just to get there to where I take the pictures, and then I walk around there. So, like, it's like 5 hours. So if I go in the winter time, I'm, like, dressing in layers, and I have thermoses full of, like, hot stuff to drink, and, like, it's yeah, it's quite the experience. But I enjoy it. It's fun for me, and it's something that I I wasn't able to do, like, even now, since my accident and since getting stronger and working on it, I'm stronger now than I was before I had my accident. So that's the whole point behind it. That's the whole reason behind, you know, focusing on health, mental health, work, mental health and physical health rather than work at the moment. And for a while, it started with a mental breakdown a few years ago, and I followed the directions of the medical staff. That's what I did. I followed their advice, and that's what I still do. I follow their advice. If they think that that I'm ready to go back to work, I do. Let me see, it was a little while ago, just before my accident, I did try going back to work. I did work for 7 months. I ended up in a lot of pain. My legs were always swollen, you know, and my hours, because I started off basically part-time. Like, I started off part-time, but it was 3 to 4 days a week, 6 to 8 hour days. And as I was working, it had to be cut back and cut back and cut back and cut back because my body just could not take it. And like, I would work, you know, a 4 to 6 hour shift, and then I would crash, and I would be crashed for days, like, where I could not function. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. Like, I was in so much pain. I couldn't, like, and all I could do was sleep. Like, I was so tired. Like, my body just could not handle it. And that's something that, you know, people who don't experience autoimmune diseases don't understand. You know, autoimmune diseases are very invisible most of the time. You don't see them. You don't know, you know, that somebody has one. So behind the scenes, you don't know what's going on with somebody and with somebody's body. And it's important to always be kind. And I'm not always kind, and I'll admit that. I screw up, and I get pissed off, and I swear, and whatever, because I'm a human, and I'm not afraid to show my emotions. And sometimes that gets me into trouble. Hence the scolding this morning. But in all honesty, if I wasn't like that, I would have never met all of you. And I think y'all are cool, so I appreciate it. You know, I really do. I do have real life friends as well. It's a time of life where you can't really socialize with people very easily. So it's been a little bit tough. You're kind of keeping your distance from people. And one of my best friends that we've been best friends for, you know, since childhood, she lives 5.5 hours away from me. So I go up and visit, like, I stop and visit her. Every time I go to visit my grandma, I go and visit her too. And I love visiting her because that's where I grew up, you know, and that's where I met her, and that's where she lives with her family. So I go and visit her every time I'm there. You know, like, there are people, but right now you just got to keep to yourself, right? So most socializing, even with my best friends, has been online for the past, since March, you know, so it does get a little bit tough, a little bit, you know, like, seems a little bit distant, seems a little bit unpersonal almost, you know, because it's not the same as hanging out and stuff like that. And my best friend, like, I don't get close to people anymore, so I don't have a lot of friends in the city that I live in. My best friend that I did have here, my last best friend that I had here, I was really close to, and she is no longer with us. She decided to leave, and that was very hard on me. That broke me for a while. So that was the start of my mental breakdown, was when she did that. So
It's a long story, and I've spoken about it before, but it's not something that I want to get into right now because it's hard. It's a really hard topic, but I do have problems trusting people. I've always had problems trusting people. I'm very open and honest, and what you see is what you get, and there's a lot of people out there that like to play with people's minds and that are very two-faced, and so it's hard to know who's real and who's not, and who to trust and who not to. So especially, yeah, I don't know, especially when you've kept yourself, basically hidden for so long. But whatever, anyway, I'm just rambling on now. I love this house. I would never live in a house like this. It is way beyond weird, but that's what I love about it, is that these people are not afraid to show how weird they are. And they, yeah, basically scream it. And I respect that, yo. And if I ever own a house, this is the color I would want it to be, including the beautiful blue door, except I would want only half of it to be the yellow and the other half of it to be like a black brick, like a black kind of a sparkly brick. That would be ideal, my ideal color of house. But I am getting freaking hella cold, so I'm gonna go home. It's getting chilly out here. See you later. Love y'all. Bye. Mwah.